Hey YouTubers, how you going? Today we're going to be working through a larger portion of Peg of My Heart. I've already taught you the intro, but I might walk you through it really quick anyway, just to make this video nice and succinct, to have all the things that are being covered up to the guitar solo. So we're going to be walking through the intro really quickly, then we're going to take a great look at the verse and what's going on under those vocals. It's some really beautiful guitar work. Cliff Gallup is a really beautiful player, and he's good at guitar as well. No, he's guitar playing. He's a handsome bloke, don't get me wrong, but it's all about his guitar playing today. He had a duo jet very similar to this one. His would not have had a solid wood top though. His would have had a pressed plastic top like on the drums, believe it or not. So there is a little tidbit for you may not have actually known. So another thing that I wanted to tell you as well, I'm actually going to be looking at doing some courses, some introduction to rockabilly courses, because I see that a lot of people aren't sure where to start with this stuff. So I'm cooking up a great plan for that. That's something that I'll make available probably through Udemy or something of the likes. And I'm also going to be working on a finger picking course, actually for Black Mountain Picks, but he's actually told me I can do what I like for that. So check out Black Mountain Picks. Cole is a really supportive guy, the guy that runs this company, and these things are really useful. So I wanted to mention them because they're quite good for this kind of stuff. Cliff Gallup used the thumb pick and finger picks, but this is kind of a nice alternative if you don't want to go the whole hog, to have a thumb pick that you can also, comfortably strum with and that sort of thing. I've become more and more comfortable with them over time and quite like them now. So anyway, of course, I've got a Patreon. I would like you guys to check it out if you're not a member of the Patreon. I'm at 137 members. I would love to get 150 by the end of the year. And one of the best things about Patreon that I really like, I know this sounds really funny coming from me, but it's really easy to change your membership, sign off from a membership. It's not one of those things where once you're in, you're kind of trapped. No, they make it really easy, and that makes me more comfortable becoming Patreons of various guys. I'm currently a Patreon member of Jim Pankey, a great banjo teacher, Death Ray Cat, who just a scene supportive thing. His stuff's fantastic, and I wanted to, get involved with his Patreon. And Francois Leduc, who does really fantastic transcriptions of solo jazz stuff and jazz guitar players, which I'm a big fan of that stuff as well, as you guys probably know. Now, speaking of jazz players, Cliff Gallup was reportedly a huge fan of Charlie Christian, and if you look at Cliff Gallup's playing closely, you'll see a lot of the same ideas, really clever chromatic runs, lots of uses of chord tones. So if you're not into jazz yet and you're heading in this direction, start listening to Charlie Christian and having a look at something like Solo Flight. It's just brilliant guitar work. It's beyond whether it's jazz or not. It's just amazing guitar work, and you'll see the influence with Cliff Gallup. So I highly recommend you checking that out. Anyway, I've talked a little bit more than I normally do. A couple of things I wanted to discuss, and I feel like this is a really great topic, this video, to sort of bounce into other things. I just quickly want to thank Stuart Smith, Neil Smith, I wonder if they're related, Philip Chanides, and that's it for now. So guys, again, thank you for watching. We're going to get into Peg of My Heart. Here we go. I'm just going to bring the camera forward, and we're going to set and forget and go from there. Okay, I'm going to go through the intro kind of quickly, so if you'd like a more slow breakdown, visit my other video. I'll put it in the link, but just if you'd like a quick summary of it, here it is. So we started with... So we played an A chord, a bit like the way we would play an F chord. We're going 7, 6, 5, 5. We're barring across, and we pick 4, 3, 2, 1. Add the pinky to the 7, and then we do a B minor up here. Sorry. So third finger on the 9th fret, 9, 7, 7, 7, and then we play 6 there on the 4th, 4 on the 3rd, second finger on the 5th fret, and get nice and tall so you can hear the first string. We then repeat that first bit, and the pinky, and this time we go back here, which was my mistake before, my apologies. So 4, 3, so 4, 4, 3, 2, just a B minor chord without the top part. And then we do an E chord by just playing the first fret there on the 3rd string, okay? So again, I'm just going through that quickly for those that might be a little bit more experienced, so they might just want to quickly knock that over. And here we go. Here's the nice lead work that Cliff Gallup was playing underneath Gene Vincent singing. So, very, very lightly, we're going to strum an A chord, okay? So we get this little, you can just hear it there. It might not even be Cliff Gallup playing that. I'm not 100% sure. Could be a dub track. Couldn't really tell you, to be honest, but I wanted to put it in there anyway just to fill it out a little bit. So we just play an A chord. I do it by just flattening my first finger hard across the 4th, 3rd and 2nd string at the 2nd fret. And if you're playing with your fingers, just give it a little, just pull up on all of them with the pick and the fingers, just a little claw like that. And then the next bit's just this nice sort of bit of lead work. So we're playing 4 on the 5th string, 2 on the 4th string, and slide from the 4th, or we pick the 4, and we slide up to the 6th fret, okay? So, and then we get this really beautiful lick here, like that. So what actually happens here is, so we've slid up to the 6th, we then put our pinky on the 7th fret, and then we go to the, that was on the 4th string, then we go to the 4th fret of the 3rd string, then we go to the 6th fret on the 3rd string, first finger on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, and then we go just like that. So we're going 7, 6, 5, 4, okay? And I use 3, 2, 1 and slide the first finger back, so. Okay, this is all happening over an A chord, this first bit. So we've got A major pentatonic, sort of, it's really just A major. And then we're sliding into the natural 7th of A major, just like that, okay? And then we're going to the root note of A, 4, it's the B, the 9, the 3rd, the 5, or 5th fret, and is also the 5th tone of an A major. And we do that little chromatic, 7, 6, 5. So the 6 isn't in the scale, but it doesn't matter because we're moving to somewhere intentionally. We drop back to the 4th fret. Okay, and that is the major third of a B major chord, or a B dominant 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So he knew exactly what he was doing, and this is that jazz element that I was talking about, you know. Major third. And then after that, here we come up here, so the chords have moved on to a B chord at this point, from an A to a B chord, or a B dominant 7. He comes up here, and I swear I just hear a little, very, very distant, you know, like I said, sometimes there's some real ghosts going on in this track. It's a little bit hard to know what's going on with all the reverb, but I swear I can just hear that chord. Either way, play it, it sounds really nice and it fills it in. So this chord here, just like when we learn an F chord, right up at the 7th fret makes it a B chord. We've got 8, 7, and 7. Okay, so I'll play into that. 2, 3, and then on beat 4, 4 and, so 9, 7. Then the next lick here, I'm going to play the whole lick. Okay, so what we're doing here, 10, 7, 8. So 10 on the 2nd, 7 on the 2nd, 8 on the 3rd, 9 on the 4, 8 on the 4, 7 on the 4. Then the next lick, it's not very fast, so it doesn't really matter too much what fingers you use. It's just a matter of getting through it. So we've got 6, 5, 4. Because it's slow, again, you don't, I was going to say shift and get your fingers in order to work, but it really doesn't matter. It's not that fast. If it was quick, something like that, you'd want to get your hand to where it's best suited, but we don't have to worry. And by the way, after we did that little B chord, this here, B7 arpeggio. We've got the A, which is the flat 7, F sharp, which is the 5, the 8th fret, which is the 3rd, the 9th fret, okay, which is the root note. Walk down a chromatic, it's the major 7, the flat 7, okay. Okay, so or you can see how useful that just playing notes in between notes, it's really okay, you know. And then same thing here. So what he's doing there, actually this is quite crafty. So he's playing 6, 5, 4. That's an F sharp. That is the 9th degree of the next chord, which is an E chord. Okay, so it's a little bit very pretty. An F sharp, okay, a 9. So it's not a main chord tone, but it's actually quite a nice sound when we play that. Just like that, okay? So you'll notice that when you hear a note that you like the sound of, well, if you can notice what the relationship of that note is with the chord that you're playing, so for example, E, F sharp is a 9. If you can learn to hear those things and work out what you like and identify it based on the major scale, you can start to develop your own sound as well. You can say, hey, I like the 9. And if we're jamming and, we get to a B chord in this song, I know the 9 would be a C sharp, so I might make sure that if I'm jamming, because I like that sound. This is how we build our own style. Obviously, Cliff Gallup was educated either by ear or he'd had lessons or whatever, and he knew he knew he liked that sound. Okay, could have been even something that he took from the melody. So from here, sorry for that little bit of discussion. I hope you don't mind. Do you guys like that, or do you just want me to shut up and keep moving? It'll all help. Just let me know. Okay. So we've got 0, 6, 7, 7, and this is an E7 chord. Actually an E9 chord, okay, which is a dominant 7 chord with the 9 on board there. So we've got the 3rd, the flat 7 and the 9 working the 6th string as well. And if you've got a whammy, lean on that whammy as well. So I like to give this one a little bit of a roll with the fingers. So you can practice that by going. You might practice that for a week really slow, then speed it up a little. And eventually you can get this. Okay, and that repeats twice, by the way. And then, again, we get another bit here where I'm sure I can hear this in the guitar very subtly. With the vocal line and all the reverb, it's a little tough to hear. I could be imagining it, but I really like it, so I want you guys to play it too. 6 on the 3rd, 6 on the 4, 4 on the 3rd, 4 on the 4, and the A6 chord from earlier on in the intro. And then we've got the E9, but this time we play on the 1st string as well, so 6, 7, 7, 7. And then we get an E7 back here. 2nd fret, 4th string, 1st fret, 3rd string, 3rd fret on the 2nd string. Open 1st string. Just like that, okay? So, the good news is we play all of that again, okay? So, from here. But this time we go to an A chord, just like that, a regular A chord, which I love that. I love when you get some fancy things and then you get something that's fairly simple. It's always a nice surprise. So, okay, so that's 7, 6, 5, 5. Hit the 5th string open as well. Then we get this 4 on the 1st string, 7, 6, 5, 7 on the 2nd. Okay, and then 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 7. Okay, I'll just play that again. I got a bit carried away and I've been leaning in away from the microphone, so I hope you've been able to hear me okay. Now that little chord there, a little arpeggio, so we've gone back to an E chord, and that is actually basically a C sharp minor over E, which gives us an E major 13. Okay, or E, because we've got a major, we've got the, sorry, an E major 6, my bad. Because we've got the E, the G sharp, which is the 3rd, we've got the C sharp, which is the 6th, okay, and we've got the E, so that's an E major 6, okay, or E, yeah, probably, you could call it an E6 actually. Beautiful chord, okay, so that's everything, guys. That takes us up to the chord solo, which I will do at some point over the next few weeks. Let me know if you're really keen to get that. Let me know when you finish this and you're ready to see it, and I'll put the accelerator on and get that video out to you guys. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Remember, if you're sitting on the fence, I'd love to get to 150 this year. Help me out. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Goodbye.